How's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. And today's topic, I want to discuss with you thrift savings plan withdrawals for retirement and what you essentially need to know to make sure that you're taking out withdrawals properly when utilizing your thrift savings plan retirement dollars. And also some different things that you could leverage out there to make sure that this is a more smooth transition, providing lifetime income, when you do hit that specific retirement age. Now, what is a thrift savings plan and kind of what happens at that later year for when you want to take a withdrawal for retirement? What are some of the common mistakes that are made? What happens is an individual is placing contributions, they're placing dollars into a type of retirement bucket known as a thrift savings plan. This is deemed a qualified retirement account through the government, through the IRS, meaning that all the contributions that this individual is placing into this bucket, into essentially this plan, is tax deductible when it goes in, and how it grows is going to grow tax deferred. But when it comes time to actually retire and pull this money out, it's going to be fully taxable. Okay? That's going to explain a lot of different qualified retirement accounts. Now, what happens is the amount of money that's placed into this bucket that doesn't really distinguish whether or not this bucket is going to grow or become smaller at the end of the year, at the end of the day. What determines this growth of how large this bucket is going to grow is the amount of money that you're placing in and however well the interest that you're getting paid on this bucket is performing. So what happens is this bucket is tied to different mutual fund related options. You might see this in your thrift savings plans. You're going to see the different L fund, the G fund, etc., all these different funding options within the thrift savings plan. So it's the amount of money that this individual is placing in, the how well that market is going to perform in that given day in that given year, and that's what's going to determine the size of that bucket, the size of that retirement bucket. So there is a risk associated there. When someone's starting off with their job, with their employment as a federal employee, typically they could take a little bit more risk and have those mutual funds a little bit more risky than when they're nearing retirement. Now, this video is meant for the individual that's looking to take out withdrawals, looking to take out retirement dollars. So you have to be very mindful that there's still a risk associated there when you're trying to look to pull money from this account. That's even further a risk than just leaving your money and thinking that it's going to be in a growth phase. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, what happens is many individuals, many federal employees, they fall victim to something known as reverse dollar cost averaging. What happens is reverse dollar cost averaging, simply put, is a combination of negative aspects that could completely liquidate their thrift savings plan retirement account. Now, anytime that you have your money in a TSP and it's in the mutual funds, you're going to be paying some sort of mutual fund related fee there. Okay? This is going to be a mutual fund related fee. You're also going to be paying miscellaneous TSP related fees. So those are already two negatives out the gate before your account could ever possibly go up. Now, everybody is assuming that the accounts are going to be going up, that the market's always going to be going up. And throughout the history of time, the markets have shown a steady increase up. Now, what's happened more recently is you have something that makes the markets do this little number, this little dance. It's known as volatility. One day the market might be up, the next day it might be crashing, the next day it might be crashing, then it might be up again. And what happens is you have this constant panic with retirees or individuals that are nearing retirement, that they're watching their accounts go down and get completely, mortified on that potential of losing their entire retirement nest egg. So individuals in 2008, on average, had a 50% loss in their retirement accounts. That means if this individual had $1,000,000, with easy math, that would be a $570,000 loss before they even touched anything. So if somebody, let's say, had a downward market loss, and that's going to be the third negative, the downward market loss potential. Let's say somebody lost 50%, which, most likely it's not going to be 50%, but, it still is a very realistic scenario. You could use any number at this. You're going to have to be paying that 50% is going to drop the account down, and then also the miscellaneous TSP related fees and the mutual fund related fees. Individuals in 2008 that also averaged a 57% loss had financial advisors, traditional financial advisors that would go and monitor their accounts and educate them and constantly charge them a fee onto that account. That is known as a wrap fee. Typically, these fees cost about 1%. The mutual fund related fees and the TSP related fees are another 1%. So you're not only paying for the loss, but then you're also paying these additional fees on top of it. So if somebody lost 50%, or we could even use another example, 10% in a given year, you're not just losing 10%, you're losing 10% plus the 1% plus the 1%. And then when you're looking to pull out income, trying to pull out your withdrawals from this account, that's the fourth negative. That's the combination of negative aspects. So there's ways on how you could eliminate this, especially if you're eligible. If you're above the age of 59 and a half and you have your money in your TSP account, and you say, you know what, I understand that within the next couple of years, whether that's within the next 30 days or whether that's within the next 10, 15 years, that you want to take withdrawals from this account, you could go and set up properly a TSP plan and make sure that you're leveraging the correct TSP dollars to roll it over into a specifically designed IRA contract that has specific income guarantees associated with it. These are IRA contracts that are set up through insurance companies. What do I mean by that? Well, rather than play that guessing game in retirement, let's say you're age 60 years old and you say, you know what, I'm going to retire at age 65, but I have $500,000 that's sitting in my TSP account right now. Rather than go and take the full 500,000 and roll it over into an IRA, when calling into our office, this is one of the things we specialize on. We try to make sure that you're dealing specifically with the Thrift Savings Plan withdrawal specialist. When you call in, you'd be asking for one, and they'd ask you a slew of questions. You say, okay, well, what is your income goal? What exactly are you looking to do? What do you want this money to do for you? Is it just for safe accumulation that you just want to have a larger bucket, by age 65 and then decide what to do with it there? Because that's one sort of strategy. Or is it you want to have max income, at age 65, or say, okay, I want to make sure that I'm receiving $30,000 of income from my thrift savings plan account that I could never outlive year by year by year. So with that scenario, let's say you wanted $30,000 per year. Well, that specialist, depending upon your area, depending upon the different contracts and strategies being offered at that time, maybe out of that $500,000, maybe you only need to leverage $300,000. That is going to now go into a specifically designed IRA contract that will give you a guaranteed lifetime income that starts at age 65. So it says, okay, $300,000, you have 5 years worth of deferrals, and then you have $30,000 that would come to you for the rest of your life. As that is happening, you still have access to that $300,000. What you're doing is you're leveraging something known as a lifetime income rider through these IRA contracts that will provide you lifetime income, but you still have that bucket of money that is becoming depleted every time you take the $30,000. But God forbid you pass away, the remaining bucket would go to your beneficiaries. So you're having your cake and eating it too. You're leveraging the specific contracts designed around your individual situation. As that's happening, you now have $200,000 that you still get to let it ride. You let to go into the market and try to, obtain nice growth within that account. But what we're doing is we're designating the correct portion of monies so that you're getting your designed cash flow, your desired cash flow in retirement, your $30,000. And that's not going to take the full 500,000. Maybe that'll be 300,000. Maybe it'll be $175,000. There's so many different ways to skin that cat. But the thing is, rather than going into it blindly, you want to make sure that you have certainty in retirement. And that's some of the benefits, and that's some of the things that you're eligible for because you are a federal employee that is eligible for your thrift savings plan. So please understand that you do have many different avenues that you could utilize. A lot of times, individuals they try to retire in their 50s with their thrift savings plan, and that's going to be a little bit more of a specific plan when you're looking to take withdrawals. There's ways on how you could take monies from the thrift savings plan account. And you want to make sure that you're taking it from thrift savings plan before age 59 and a half. As that's happening, you have other monies that are designated that will turn on lifetime income after age 59 and a half. So, the point that I'm trying to make is you do have options available, but you really want to tread lightly because in retirement you only get one chance to make things right, to basically utilize your retirement successfully to get from point A to point B successfully. At any point in time, if this piqued your interest, please give our 1-800 number a call. It's 1-800-566-1002. We have 24/7 customer service. We deal a lot with Thrift Savings Plan, withdrawals, with rollovers, with different education. We are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. We've never had any complaints. We've always had very good reviews, and it's because how we do our methodical process to make sure that you're educated first and foremost. You're mindful of what the options are, and then we represent every company out there to make sure that we're designating a specific plan for your specified goals and situations. So once again, my name is Derek Afasi. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Retire Sharp, so you can have access to the most updated videos. Thanks, guys.